And then we're going to build sets. And this is the next phase. This isn't the final version of what our video production studios would be like, but this is the next phase because this is bang for the buck. Once we're open to the public, once we have serious support, once we have massive amounts of money that it'll take to do it, then we're going to soundproof the room and all that jazz, and it's a thing. But we're going to build sets in the interim, probably 5 different sets. We only have 4 right now. We'll be able to add 1 or 2 more sets. We're going to have to add storage and stuff in there as well. But the idea is the new sets will be portable. They'll be on casters. And like the new autopsy set will just be a platform, like a drum riser on 9 or 12 casters, big heavy-duty casters. And it'll just look like a floating floor. It'll be raised maybe an inch off the real floor, and up under it'll be wheels and that. And then we build walls, 3 walls to match, and it'll have dedicated lighting built into the set, which will be the big, bright, high bay lights, probably 3 of them up along top and 2 down the sides. So the videos are going to have way better lighting. All the lighting in the room is matched and balanced, so we don't have to fight the strobing bullshit anymore because we've dealt with that in the past. We're going to have dedicated microphones built into the sets. So when I sit down at the autopsy set, I've got 3 microphones on me right there that are wired into the set. So we just plug it right in. And when we want to use the autopsy set, when we want to shoot an autopsy, we just grab the set, roll it out, 1 plug into the wall for power, and now I've got a dedicated set of power supplies. I've got outlets and everything right on the set, so we don't have to do the bullshit of, oh, we got the extension cord hanging over the cable. No. 1 big SO cord plugs right into a thing on a wall with a big 20-amp twist lock plug. And now I've got lights on the set, I've got audio, I've got camera mounts, and the camera mounts all have outlets right next to them. It's really easy to do. It's really simple to do. It's really cheap to do. We don't have to spend a lot of money. We just got to work our ass off. We can build it in a couple weeks. It's a platform. It's a fucking drum riser with 2x4 stud walls and a little drywall and a little paint. Do up some pretty bit, add some bling, and we're there! We got a set! It's a whole new ball game because now we can have half a dozen sets in a room and we can move them around. If we're not using the news and information set, we put it in a corner. Just put it away! It's out of the way! I got a 20-foot wide, 40-foot deep room. I got tons of space. We can do all kinds of cool shit. All kinds of cool shit. We can do this. I will teach you how. We're going to do videos on how to build a set. I can do this. Nobody's ever done this at this level. Nobody. I don't know why. Nobody does this. We can do this. Real serious production companies do this. If you walk down to Channel 13, all their sets, they're on wheels. They can roll them around, move it out of the way, change things around, do shit. Nobody does this at our level. So you know what that tells me? Either the people at our level are really dumb and we're the smartest people in the world, which usually when you start thinking that, you tend to hit the wall shortly thereafter, or we're operating at a newer level. We're rising up. We're becoming professional. We're getting our shit together. We are maturing as a corporation, as a group, as individuals. We're getting better at this. Slowly, but we're getting better at this. And that's really cool. The scary part is we're making that transition. It's kind of like when you go from 8th grade to 9th grade, or when you go from high school to college. Okay, you get used to, in high school, you're a senior. Big swinging dick. I got this. I got game. Bring it. And then 5 minutes later, you're freshman scum. And you're a little tiny fish in a really big pond. And that's a transition we're making. We're becoming professional. We are the top of our game in what we do. And we're about to jump up into a big league where we don't know shit. We're little tiny guys. We got a whole lot to learn. And now the odds are against us in a big way. And it gets harder. And we got to do better. And we got to work harder. And it takes a lot more people. And I'm still competing with a production army. I'm still competing with that 10-year-old girl with a $200 camera taking pictures of her cat. And she's getting 8 million hits on YouTube. That's my competition. But if I can bring the level of production quality that you almost universally see reserved for cable television, real proper broadcast television, if we can do that level of production environment, that level of quality, specifically to a YouTube audience, because that's our thing. If we can do this, we can run the table. And that's where I want to be. I don't care about getting on Discovery Channel. I don't want to be on the Learning Channel. You know why? Because Honey fucking Boo Boo's on the Learning Channel. And I want to plant a boot so far in her ass that the first person to pull it out becomes the King of England. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be on the Learning Channel, the Discovery Channel, the History, because they all suck. They all sold out. They're all crap. I want to own YouTube. That's our market. We control the broadcasting. We control the advertising. We control the revenue. We control the production. We control the distribution. We control our voice. That's why I like YouTube. We don't make any money on YouTube, but it's not about the money. It's about the message. It's about actually being able to take the time and teach people things. And we can do that on YouTube, and we could never do that on Discovery Networks. Ever. I got a video out there right now. 7 minutes, 10 seconds long, CNC training number 16, G54. 7 minutes and 10 seconds talking about G54, how to set home on your Haas machine. 8 minutes, 54 seconds, just on touching off. You won't see that anywhere else. They can't. They have advertisers they have to suck off. They have numbers they have to maintain. If 8 million people don't watch it, they don't make any money. They've got ungodly overhead to support because that guy who does the titling needs to make $50 an hour. We can do this. If you want to come to the Geek Group and you want to make a video talking for 3 hours, okay, I got one coming out right now. The next video coming out, Alan Carter, his wood turning video. You guys haven't seen it yet. It'll go public in a day or two. Tom, do the words for the Alan Carter video. It's an hour and 49 minutes long. And it's just this little old man cutting things on a lathe. He's really cool. It's fun to watch. But 99% of the world could not give a shit less. Most people don't want to watch this video. The people who do really want that video to be 2 hours long. And that's why we did it. That's the whole ticket right there. That's the whole key, is that we can have depth. Nobody else has depth. Nobody wants to teach you anything. They want to gloss over it. It's hey, look at this really cool thing. I have to talk about it in 3 minutes, because if I don't, you're not smart enough to actually fucking pay attention. I only have to get the whole thing in 3 minutes. Ah! Have you watched the news? Do you have any idea how much I hate going on local news? They send a whole camera crew over here. They send producers. They send all these fucking people here. They set up a camera, and they're like, hey, we need you to teach people all about fracking or glaciers or pick one, but you have to do it in 2 minutes. Fuck you! You can't talk about these things in 2 minutes. You can't educate in a soundbite. It's not how the world works. If you do that, if all you get is the fucking McNuggets, you're not going to learn anything, and the whole world goes to hell. You have a whole world full of people who can't sit still for 30 fucking seconds and actually learn something. That's the problem. There's no depth. We're talking about physics. We're talking about lightning. We're talking about stars. We're talking about giant 10-foot tall robots. That's got gravitas, man. This is heavy shit. You have to appreciate that. You have to take the time. You have to let it in. These things matter. This is how you teach people how to build things. This is how you teach people how to build companies. This is how you teach people how to build projects. This is how you bring manufacturing back. Instead of having some guy in Yumcha, China doing the job of 50 people for 10 cents an hour. This is how you bring back jobs. This is how you bring back a lifestyle. This is how you bring back America instead of outsourcing it. You give shit depth. That's it. But there's nowhere you can do that. You can't go on the local fucking news and teach people about fracking in 2 minutes. You can't. You can't do it. It's a complicated subject. There's depth required. You have to give people the ability to make intelligent, informed decisions. That's the basis of a democracy. You have to have an informed electorate. These people vote. These people make decisions. These people fucking matter. You have to give them the ability to have the full thing, the whole, not just the McNuggets. You need the whole thing. You have to understand the whole deal. You have to, if you're going to talk about fracking, there's a lot to cover. You can't do it in 2 minutes. You can't teach physics in 2 minutes. You have to have a place where you can say, we're going to talk about shit. We're going to talk about it for a long time. We're going to talk about the whole fucking thing. And if you don't like it, piss off. If you want to learn about it, here you go. Everything you want to know. And you've got to have it fact-checked. You've got to have your shit together. You have to actually know what the hell you're talking about. You got to give it a good production quality so that people actually watch it. There's a lot involved in this. It takes time, it takes people, it takes money. It's hard. It's not like the blogs, which is bullshit video where I just, hey, I'm talking to my head. Dump it into computer, rip it through in Vegas, render, ship it, done. You can do that because the blog is a tiny step away from live. That's easy. Production videos? Fuck, you want to see what Jabroni does in those things. This dude spends so much time staring in front of a computer, man, for animations that you don't even notice because they just blend in seamlessly. They just work. They're beautiful. You don't even notice the work that he puts into this stuff. It's insane. The dude sleeps on Sunday. That's it. He don't really sleep any other time. He's grinding this shit out as fast as he can. And you know what I need? I need him to have a department of half a dozen people that do nothing but animation so that he can sleep more than just Sundays because the kid's got so much heart, he won't let it fail. He'll kill himself before he lets me down. And Liz is doing the same thing. She's editing nonstop. Grinding this shit out. You don't want to know the hell she went through on the Alan Carter video because he's a nightmare to work with. She had to do more cutting and editing and audio hell on that video just to get it out. It's awesome. But they get it. They see the growth. They see the progress. They see where we're headed, and they will not let me fail. It's one thing to say that these people would go through hell for me. I'm watching them do it. I'm watching them grind every day. And we just took their entire department and turned it upside down and stuffed all their desks in a corner in Studio C. They don't care. They ain't even slow down. No problem. Let's go. That's heart, man. That's the mentality that just, That's what we built this company on. It's heart and soul. It's the people that are just like, let's do this. We're not going to do the fucking McNuggets. We're not going to do bullshit. We'll do fun. You can have fun. I like the shock and awe science. I like the Willet fries. They're dumb. They're dumb. But they're fun. And they're not stupid. I've actually had people bitch at us that our stupid videos aren't stupid enough. There's a time for play. There's a time for dumb. There's a time for, hey, let's put a laptop on the top of a Tesla coil and just fucking blast it. Let's take a big giant parabolic mirror and go outside on a sunny day and just light aspirins on fire because it's fun. Because that's how a lot of us got started in science. We took that magnifying glass out one day, burning ants. You've done it. Burning leaves. Sign your initials in a leaf. You've done it. And every geek who's ever played with a magnifying glass did the same thing. They wish they had a bigger magnifying glass. Well, we got one. We got a big-ass giant magnifying glass. Let's go burn shit. Because that's how science starts. It's that curiosity. It's like, hey, what happens if I do this? Let's just play with it. Let's just have fun. That's science. That's real science. Because that 7-year-old with a magnifying glass is not even aware he's following the scientific method, but he is. Hypothesis, experiment, do. He's doing it. He's not even aware of it, but that's how it starts. Shock and awe science. Come look at me. Watch this. I've got a giant-ass Tesla coil. Let's roar! And then you get them hooked. They're like, hey, these guys are cool. I'm going to check out this geek group. I'm going to watch your other videos. You know how many people I get Facebooked every day? They're like, oh, I watch all your videos. It's the greatest thing ever. Yay! You know how many people watch the CNC videos that have never touched a CNC machine? It's the balance. It's the let's do the deep, heavy stuff, the CNC stuff, the all that stuff, the heavy stuff. And then we've got the medium stuff, like how the reel-to-reel series is. This is just an introduction, but we're getting into some deep shit here. It's not just practical. We got theory happening here. Did you ever look at the animation in the reel-to-reel? That video is awesome. Jabroni put hours into that. Hours. This is how it starts. You get them in. You say, come check us out. Look at this big, awesome thing. Come check us out. Look at what we can do. Come be a part of this. And now we've got more members. And now we've got more viewers. Now we got more subscribers. And then we get more funding. And then we can do more stuff. Lather, rinse, repeat. That's how it starts. So it may not look like much right now. But you got to be in this for the long haul. You got to realize that it may not look like much, like, oh, hey, we need varnish and lights and paint. And it doesn't seem like a lot. But on the long tail of things, this is everything. This is our future. This is how we build it. Because I can turn those lights and that paint and that varnish and those desks and those computers into something. I can turn that into open to the public. It takes work, it takes time, it takes just ball-crushing effort. But you have to have a plan, you have to have a vision. And today, I have to go and strip a floor. But that's not where my head is. My head is 50 steps ahead of here. Which is why it drives me absolutely batshit when everybody jumps on us saying, oh, you should have done it this way. Dude, I was thinking about that 2 months ago. If you think my head isn't already halfway through Studio C, you're out of your fucking mind. I can't be thinking about varnish. If I'm stuck back here at varnish and stripping, I'm screwed. I've got to know where we're going to be 20 steps from now. Because if I don't have that worked out, we're going to screw up. And I've made that screw up. I can't afford that screw up. I can't afford $2,000 for desks right now. I can't afford to make a $10,000 mistake. I'm out in Studio C. In my head, I'm just past where we have the sets built. I'm figuring out the wall. But it's that long tail. It's that plan. It's the revenue. It's knowing that, okay, we're going to drop $600 on lights, but that's going to let us do this. We're going to drop a few $100 on paint, but it's going to let us do this. And it's how low can I get that input number and how big can I get that output number, because the output number has to be more than the input number, and then we're in black ink. Yay! So that's how it works. I have a plan. That plan constantly changes. That plan constantly evolves. I listen to everybody, even when you think I don't, IRC. Even when you think I just totally ignored something you said, I read everything. I listen to everything. Every time somebody sends me a Facebook message, a Yahoo message, an IRC message, an email, a voicemail, whatever, I listen to everybody. I don't always agree with you. I frequently don't, because sometimes you're pretty fucking dumb. But I listen to everybody because I'm not a god. I don't have all the answers. There's shit that I don't know how we're going to do today. I've never stripped a floor before. Have absolutely no idea how this is done. But Moose does, and she's smart, and I trust her. By the end of today, I'll know how to strip a floor. And so will you. Which is pretty cool. But I listen to everybody. And then I call the play. And half of you are going to disagree with me all the time. And the other half are going to think that I listened to just you, and I didn't. My job is to keep the big picture. Because at the end of the day, it's all about, is this good for the company? Does this move the company forward? And I think that with everything. I think that when I pick lunch. Yeah, really. it is not uncommon to be like, wow, that salami looks really good. And I know if I eat that salami, I'm going to feel like shit in a couple hours. And I shouldn't do that because that's not good for the company. Because in a couple hours, I got to be on a factory tour over at Flexco. So that's how it works. You got to, it's big picture shit. And if I can focus on the big picture, in order for that to happen, I have to be able to trust other people on the details. Like Hugh. Okay, Hugh's a good guy. I trust Hugh. Moose, good girl. I trust Moose. I trust Moose to handle a million day-to-day things that I don't even worry about. Same with Hugh. Okay, Hugh tells me that there are about 15 computers coming. Big, serious, like $4,000 workstations. I've never seen them. I don't know nothing about them. But I know they're coming. So I'm going to have those desks ready when they get here. And I trust Hugh. That's what makes my job possible. I couldn't do that part of my job without Hugh. I don't know anything about stripping a floor. Have never done it in my life. I've sanded one poorly, but I've done it. I don't know anything about it. But Moose, she runs a wood shop. She knows all about that stuff. So Moose is going to come in and rock out with a big damn spar and, you know, all those muscles and strip a floor. And I'm just going to trust that Moose knows more about that than I do and that she's competent and capable and that's her thing. So today I'm standing on the shoulders of Moose and Hugh that are each doing something that I couldn't do on my own. Which is back to the fundamental concept of the Geek Group. All of us can do things that not one of us can. That's how it starts. Because I can't do this on my own. You can't do this on your own. But if I got Hugh doing computers and Moose doing the floor, and I got Tom doing the titling on the Alan Carter video, and I got the other team over there running the wire for all the Class 2 stuff, well, hey, we're going to get a hell of a lot of shit done today, aren't we? That's how it works. But it's all about depth. That's why we're doing the video stuff. That's the plan. Because it isn't just, we're going to do Studio D, and then we're going to do Studio C, and we're going to build the sets. No. It's, we're building the production company to a bigger level. We're going to make better videos because we can do depth and nobody else can. And if we do that, more people are going to want to watch. And if more people watch, more people join. And if more people join, we have more power. We can do better. We can impact more lives. We can build more chapters. We can make more of a difference in the world, and that's why we're here. Because we don't do the McNuggets.